York Harbor. The destructive waves on top of the storm surge will cause overwashes and significant damage to coastal structures nearest to sea level. The destructive waves on top of the storm surge will cause overwashes and significant damage to coastal structures nearest to sea level. The destructive waves on top of the storm surge will cause overwashes and significant damage to coastal structures nearest to sea level. The destructive waves on top of the storm surge will cause overwashes and significant damage to coastal structures nearest to sea level. The destructive waves on top of the storm surge will cause overwashes and significant damage to coastal structures nearest to sea level. This is especially true for low-lying areas along Ocean Parkway and Dune Road, the Twin Forks of Long Island, Fire Island communities such as Fair Harbor, Ocean Beach, Cherry Grove, Fire Island Pines and Davis Park, and historically vulnerable locations along Long Island Sound. Timing through Tuesday, with the highest storm tide occurring with tonight's high tide cycle. Impacts. A long-duration coastal flood event is expected with potential historic flooding tonight into early Tuesday morning. The storm surge up coastal rivers will result in minor to locally moderate flooding. Probability is high for significant inundation and damage to structures in historically flood-prone spots. Water levels for this evening in tonight's high tide cycle. New York Harbor water levels for this evening. Coastal. Time of. Forecast total. Flood. Location. High tide. Water level. Category. Mean lower low water. The Battery, New York City. 0.8:13 p.m. 0.1012. Major. Bergen Point, New York. 0.8:14 p.m. 0.1213. Major. Western LA Sound water levels for this morning. Coastal. Time of. Forecast total. Flood. Location. High tide. Water level. Category. Mean lower low water. Kings Point, New York. 11:59 a.m. 12.0. Moderate. Laddingtown, New York. 11:58 a.m. 12.6. Moderate. Stamford, Connecticut. 0.11:31 a.m. 12.6. Moderate. Bridgeport, Connecticut. 11:28 a.m. 12.0. Moderate. New Haven, Connecticut. 11:28 a.m. 10.5. Moderate. Eastern LA Sound water levels tonight. Coastal. Time of. Forecast total. Flood. Location. High tide. Water level. Category. Mean lower low water. New London, Connecticut. 9:52 p.m. 9.0. 10.0. Major. Ocean water levels for tonight. Coastal. Time of. Forecast total. Flood. Location. High tide. Water level. Category. Mean lower low water. Montauk Point, New York. 0.9:23 p.m. 0.7/.528.5. Major. Western LA Sound water levels for tonight. Coastal. Time of. Forecast total. Flood. Location. High tide. Water level. Category. Mean lower low water. Kings Point, New York. 12:27 a.m. 5 to 6. Major. Laddingtown, New York. 12:05 a.m. 5 to 6. Major. Stamford, Connecticut. 0.12:01 a.m. 4 to 5. Major. Bridgeport, Connecticut. 11:58 p.m. 4 to 5. Major. New Haven, Connecticut. 11:57 p.m. 3 to 4. Major. South Shore Bay's water levels for this evening. Coastal. Time of. Forecast total. Flood. Location. High tide. Water level. Category. Mean lower low water / NGPD. East Rockaway Inlet, New York. 8:14 p.m. 0.12/10.5. Major. Freeport Beach, New York. 0.8:58 p.m. 0.11/10.2. Major. Jamaica Bay, New York. 9 p.m. 12.2 Major. Rockaway Inlet, New York. 8:20 p.m. 11.5/9.5. Major. Point Lookout. 8:01 p.m. 0.11/9.9. Major. Lindenhurst. 0.10:41 p.m. 8.48.6. Major. For the following areas in New Jersey, Middlesex, Western Monmouth and Eastern Monmouth. Coastal flood warning remains in effect until midnight tonight. Location, the coasts of New Jersey and Delaware, the Back Bays, Raritan Bay and Delaware Bay. Coastal flooding, record coastal flooding, is forecast to continue for this evening's high tide. The flood waters are expected to recede only slightly this afternoon before levels begin to rise again. Many roads will remain flooded into tonight.